Twins are a 4.5-point game lead right now on the AL Central. When you look at the Guardians, the White Sox, the Tigers, and the Royals, you look at the rest of the Major League Baseball front. We know the Yankees are the favorites right now. They have the most wins in the major leagues. They are the Yankees. I mean, we grew up on the Yankees. I mean, think about George Costanza. Like Seinfeld's whole thing was about the Yankees and the stripes and all this other stuff. But when you look at the sports betting, because it's all about sports betting, betonline.net, we know what they do. We know it's all about the betting. We know that's what makes it fun. Everybody's praying that sports betting comes to Minnesota, that we make it legal and all this other stuff we can do here. When you think about the 35-1 favorites of the Twins and you see teams with worse records than them being ahead of them in this, because when Sam kind of named them off, who had better odds, I figured it. I think I got like 8 or 9 of them right. When you think about the names of names, you got the Yankees, the Rays, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, of course. You got the Astros. You move over into the National League. You got the Mets, the Braves. You go down to the Phillies. You also have the Brewers, the Cardinals, the Cubs, who the Cubs suck. They're 34-49. And then you have the Dodgers and the Padres. So when you think of the Cubs and the White Sox, they're struggling right now. That's tough for that city. I know they're not happy. And they got the Bears. Oh, my goodness. It's just – and the Bulls. The Bulls aren't doing – well, the Bulls are okay. But they're not. I'd hate to be there.
Zach LaVine. That's all.
Zach LaVine. Yeah, maybe get Zach LaVine back to Minnesota.
Yeah.
But if you think about that, why do you think the Twins having better records than some of these teams and still having worse odds? What do you think that attributes to?
They don't trust them. They, have they seen, some of these horrid ends to these games that the bullpen is blown? Emilio Pagan, he may get out of an inning once every 5 or 6 starts. Like, it's rough, man. Like, it seems to be like every week they have some type of like demoralizing type loss, and then they come out the next series and win 2 of 3. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but it's like, I think in these meaningful games, I think these bettors are probably like, well, like when it comes down to it, they can blow it. And as good as these bats are, as good as the hitting has been this season, like it has been just awful to. And I'm not even a Twins fan. I just cover the team for this city, try to, be as unbiased as possible. But I look at these games and I'm throwing stuff at the TV just because it's like, man, how do you just have a win in hand and somehow still lose? And they really don't seem to be in any type of urgency to do much about it. I think they need to add a couple arms in the bullpen if they can. Really, the starting pitching hasn't been the problem; it's been the bullpen, and I think that's what the bettors are seeing. They're like, man, we're not trusting the Twins.
Yeah, I think there's just not a lot of respect for the AL Central. I mean, I think that people see the collective records of the AL Central teams. The Twins are the only team above 500, and they say, well, their record is propped up on playing these bad teams, and they're really not to be taken seriously. I would contest, though, that for the most part, and you can point to the Yankees series where they blew a game. You can point to the Guardians series, where they blew a couple, but for the most part this year, the Twins have composed themselves pretty decently against some of those above 500 teams. The Twins haven't lost a game by more than 3 runs in like a month. Like, they are in every single game, and these blown leads are ruining the way we view them. But they've actually, like, innings 1 through 7, they're putting themselves in position every time. So imagine if they figured this bullpen thing out at the trade deadline and actually kind of lined up a 7, 8, 9 like routine where they know which pitcher they're going to go to and don't have to bite their nails and sweat bullets just to worry about getting out of an inning. I still think there's meat left on the bone for this team that maybe the national bettors don't realize yet.
Yeah, when you get into the playoffs too, sorry, Ron. When you get in the playoffs in baseball, so much success is determined by pitching and be able to throw out 1 or 2 aces to win that first and second game and not just get a lead, but be able to close out games, obviously. And the Twin starters, I think we'll all agree, have wildly exceeded expectations this year, which is great. And right now, from what we've seen from Joe Ryan, who's their ace, he's starting to struggle a little bit. We know the bullpen's a complete mess. Twins fans, I think, are justified not trusting this team when it comes to a postseason run. And right now, just kind of sitting back and enjoying what they can. It's a really talented, fun lineup. They can put up double digits any single night. But when it comes down to crunch time, they've proven to us, unless they go add some more depth in the pitching department, they're just not to be trusted quite yet. Long season, things can change, but as it stands today, Twins, yes, they're a lot of fun to watch, but I don't think anybody's, calling them a World Series championship caliber team quite yet.
But yeah, people still don't trust them. I think that's part of the problem.